Hello everyone, so a new Tico Talks release. I was working the entire day, so I only managed to stop a little bit now to talk about it. Tico Talks, on first things, I'm glad Tico is still working with Tron. A lot of people thought he got fired with the wave that fired a bunch of people. I put him on the thumbnail and everything, but it's just because he's the face of the social slash Throne, right, on YouTube. But honestly, I love Tico. I appreciate a lot his videos. I appreciate the communication with it. It's his job. The fact that he is there to do something like that, he's part of the communication, the news part of the game. I appreciate that a lot. So let's start. First thing, they acknowledged the problem of the Lucent fiasco that we had a few days ago and said sorry and that they fixed everything. I don't fully believe on that. I believe they definitely fixed the most core problems, the biggest offenders, like 99% of it, but I don't think they solved 100% of it. There are still a lot of small problems with people that lost Lucent because of it, that lost items because of it, that benefited from items because of it. There is always people, and that's normal, honestly, since they didn't do a rollback. It definitely would affect the players and the economy a little bit somehow. I don't think it's that important in the long run, but it's definitely something that you gotta keep in mind. And if you did get perjudicated by it, which definitely happened, you can go to the website and submit a ticket talking about it, and hopefully they solve your problem. Probably not though. Or more adjustments to it. Well, they're happy about it. They're gonna fix the satellite not sharing. And they probably would, not even probably, they will adjust the satellite and touch it on it by the end of November, which I have no idea what that means, if it's going to be good or bad, because I think the ARB is in an okay spot right now, and I don't think it needs more nerfs, but we will see. This, I was not expecting. To me, this is the highlight of the Tico Talks, making adjustments to PvP balance in Battlegrounds. Like, I didn't expect they to touch the PvP aspect, much less any of the melee PvP aspects of the game, because that has been a menace since tier 1. There's so many problems with the PvP on this game. There's so many bad design behaviors, like E.Tevent Dagger, Shadow Step, Silence, nullifying magic parries entirely, which is... Parry should never be cancelled unless it's a skill that specifically denies a parry, and that skill should be really weak to compensate to how strong it is to deny a parry, because parry is a core mechanic of the game for not only combat but counterplay. So it's ridiculous how it works in this game, to be 100% honest with you. The fact that Silence is so brutal versus magic skills, and there's nothing similar for melee and range, or at least on the same ease of use compared to Shadow Step. Honestly, it's a blessing that they finally decide to touch on this. A lot of people are gonna be mad on it, but it's good for the game. Even though I'm being biased because I play Magic, I play one, you played Arby, it's good for the game. Those classes, the Dagger should have been addressed a long time ago, but regardless, they're gonna be reducing melee gap closers. That's probably gonna be precision dash on this war, or the jump stun that I forgot the name now, the shadow step from the Dagger, things like that. The CC duration across many weapons, that's interesting. We'll see what happens, right? They already basically killed the CC from the orb, so it's very interesting to see the idea behind it. I imagine SNS will be the next one to be affected, but let's see. The rank changes, I already expected a synchronization, but they did say in the other video they would not add it, and they ended up making the legendary pack and adding it anyways. And the video he talks about how sometimes they will have to go back on their choices in case they think that it's not the correct choice. It's kind of, but at least they said people that spam the heroic on another weapon or something like that will have a chance to what's the name? Get reimbursement. Yeah, that. So if you bought the legendary pack and even started making another weapon, you probably will be able to get those shards back. I don't know when though. We didn't get anything about artifacts, by the way, so that's kind of annoying, but we did get news about rune presets, so that's very nice. Oh yeah, Hyperboost is gonna be ending by the December 4th, so that's huge news because we didn't know when Hyperboost was gonna end, right? The Hyperboost servers, not the Hyperboost event itself, I believe that's gonna be probably a permanent thing in the game. They're gonna unify the auction houses, which is expected. But one big thing here, and I'm gonna make another video talking about it later, is they are not gonna merge the servers. So that's a pretty big detail here that we're going to be talking about in another video. We got a bunch of new content announced, so that's really hype as well. Time and space portals, which allows you to go back into the old events and things and something like that and get like rewards. New conquest of guilds challenge, which is basically guild versus guild. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really remember the first one that much, so I'm going to have to check it out later. Contents on December. We're gonna get the DPS meter just for yourself, so don't worry if you're worried about playing off meta and not getting a DPS checked. It's not gonna be for everyone to see right now, probably will be in the future, so keep that in mind. This is a good thing though, so you can analyze better weapons and things like that, because it's really hard to analyze just using the dummy, and this is way more ideal. New interaction with furnitures. If you care about that, you're going to be able to paint your furnitures or things like that, so that's funny. Newly addable, yeah, they're going to grab tier 1 and tier 2 dungeons from what I understood, improve the mechanics, improve the status, and make them into dimensional trials, so just recycling PvE content, kind of whatever, but we will see what happens. New Abyss Dungeon Hunting event, bringing some new Tier 3 gears. This is going to be interesting. We're going to be getting new Tier 3 gears. They said it's not going to be as stronger than what we have right now, but I don't believe that one bit. I still think it's going to have a lot of new gear pieces. There's going to be basting slot. There's going to force you to swap to that if you're playing competitively and stuff like that. It's just how the game works. They release new gear, the new gear is always stronger, and you gotta swap to that and play off that, like on 90% of the classes scenarios. The thing about it though is it's releasing without a new region, so that's really weird, because on tier 2 we got dungeons from tier 2 dungeons with some gear sets, and then when we got Talandra with more of the field bosses map and things like that, Abyss dungeons, we got new gear, right? We're not getting Draco Rift, which should be the new region right now. We're probably gonna get like on the mid to like Q2 of the next year. So it's really weird to be getting new tier 3 right now. I don't know how that's gonna work. This is one of the biggest questions I have on the patch right now, but I guess we will have to wait and see. Rune presets, I already talked about it. Christmas event, Amitoy Arena, and on Q1 of 26, which is next year on the start of the year, we're gonna be getting Tower Upgrade, which is just a solo tower / dungeon. Sounds pretty boring to me, but we will see. New Battlegrounds mode, which sounds really interesting. I guess Battlegrounds was truly a hit because they are trying to make new modes on it, which I wonder what that means. I'm very curious about what that means, because I cannot figure out, like, would they just make deathmatch Battlegrounds, or like, I have no clue. The new co-op dungeons should be nice. More lifestyle, blah blah blah. New region, new raid. Oh yeah, new raid sounds very fun, but it's gonna just be next year. And that's about it. Was actually a really nice Tico Talks, probably one of the best we had in a while. I appreciate Tico for being there, and that's everything that we know so far. In case I get anything important, I'm gonna make a video talking about it, but for now, that's it. Thank you for watching, see ya.